No, I've got Wi-Fi. It's just for some reason Yahoo locked up on me. I'm trying to pull up the
I think what happened is
agenda.
I had it on like way too
I haven't
early.
pulled up really.
Brian finally came in. I think I must have turned it off instead of turning it on.
Oh, yeah.
I had it on and then I was
I've
trying
done
to
that.
Hey, Monty, have you heard any? I'm not getting any Wi-Fi over here now. I'm not getting, and I wasn't getting in the office yet last week, so I don't know.
Nope, I'm getting no Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Pay the bill.
Well, CD.
Well, we're about ready to approve the consent agenda, so.
CEO was here to work on it, so that's probably what
Do
happened.
we overlook that one?
They broke it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna find it either.
Strangely,
All right.
it seems like every time they come fix one thing,
Something else goes wrong.
Okay,
Job security.
Please stand for the pledge. Remain safe for the prayer.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Heavenly Father, thank you for many blessings that for our local community has, and we pray for those that hold offices that govern this community and county, and that make the decisions which are always in the best interest of this region. We are also glad that we have the freedom to speak up and vote for those who oppose our set of values, and even if they differ from our current leaders. Heavenly Father, please bless the men and women in the city government, state and federal government, and all elected officials that have put themselves in harm's way, like law enforcement, firefighters, and EMS workers. We pray tonight and be thankful for everything that we have in our community. In your name we pray. Amen. Jan?
Dan Benson,
Yeah, there we go.
Bob Leahy,
Here.
Jim Hufford,
Here.
Tim Heiss, Chad Spence.
Here.
Okay. Trust you had a chance to review the consent agenda. Any changes or corrections? If not, I'd entertain a motion.
I move that we accept the consent agenda as presented if there are no questions.
I'll second.
We have a first and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Department reports. We have had a program that fire police worked with the Matt Light Foundation and had actually they had youth from across the United States, some from the Northeast, some from Northern Indiana, and some local. They put them through the paces at the firing range and also the fire department as well. And it's kind of a nice event to be able to partner with Matt Light and his foundation to and his camp that's basically about 6 miles out of town. So then, which leads us into Matt's allowed us to use his facilities for our kids camp coming up next week. We have 43 4th, 5th, and 6th graders. We're also working with some of the local churches as well on this kids camp, and to give them kind of an opportunity to review life and how, you know, to work with them on the thought process of being young adults as well. We got a disc golf tournament coming up that will be held at Harder Park. That's July 28th, and registration starts at 6. The event starts at 7, and then they have a band and food to follow, and then they have another final round after that as well. So, and that the proceeds to that goes to a good cause. Also have music downtown on July the 20th. I believe that's a Friday night, and we'll have music and food and libations out there. So we'll do a one call prior to that as well to remind everybody what's going on for that. We should have probably by next week, by next council meeting, basically what we're going to do for microsurfacing for our streets and which ones will be identified. So if you get any questions, I will make sure we get that in your hands before that meeting. Other than that, that's all I have. Jan, do you have anything?
No.
Councilmember? Sorry?
There we go. I know there's something
Just want to
wrong
go
here.
first, man. Just say so.
There we go.
No, on a serious note, just continued thoughts and prayers toward their fellow councilman Dan Vincent and all the loved ones in his family, and also a bit of a praise and thanks for the mission team. We've been affected by international events. I guess we had a mission team. My nephew was part of it from here in Union City. That was in Haiti. It was, and that's where we've had, there's been quite an uproar in terms of violence and rioting, and they were stuck down there. And the good news is they are currently in Dallas now and catching a flight home. So they were supposed to have been home a couple days ago. So, of course, the airport was shut down. So thank goodness that mission team from Union City is coming home safely. That's all I have.
Any update on the Eagles building?
Yeah. In fact, we were waiting for a second signature on the check for the remaining $49K and change. That is to go to Jan, so then she can notify Oprah that is in tow, so then that they can turn around and send the release of funds, so that we can in turn inform the person who was awarded the bid, so that they can in turn start construction.
Okay.
So that's where we're at. And that should be received tomorrow morning. So,
Okay, good.
She would just need to get the second signature.
All right. Tim?
I don't have anything.
Jim?
I don't have to.
Bobby?
I don't have anything.
Monty?
I think we received a transfer of 224 North Walnut Street from the county on the tax sale. And I have bids out to demolish that structure. It's the one down there that's really bad condition. It's been a hazard for quite some time, so.
North
hopefully-
Walnut?
South.
South Walnut.
Oh, okay.
South Walnut, yeah.
229.
Yeah, and, or 224.
Sorry.
South Walnut, yeah. 335 North Howard, of course, has been demolished and it's down, and they should be finishing that up this week with the removal of the rest of the debris and doing some filling and then seeding.
Did you get a response back from him?
Yeah,
Okay.
just today. And we have two of these tax properties that are empty lots now. That we have paperwork out to the abutting property owners, offering it to them. So hopefully we'll hear something back shortly on that.
Are we gonna do the sidewalks before we transfer them?
Yeah, the one property, the sidewalk there is actually better than most. But,
Okay.
yeah. But I've got bids out on to redo the sidewalk on the other
Okay.
properties that we have, and that's all I have.
All right. I'm going to move Steve up on the agenda. Steve, you want to go ahead and give us an update on the fire truck?
Yep, the last time I was here, we were waiting on some additional options for the fire truck grant. I received the documentation today. Where this process sets is we've got two choices. They have two truck manufacturing body plants. One's in Wisconsin, one's in South Dakota. They fabricate the bodies in two different methods. One's at the Wisconsin plant, one's at the South Dakota plant. The Wisconsin plant is a completely extruded aluminum body, which basically the skin and the structure, the skeleton structure of the body is all one and the same. The one in South Dakota, they build the skeleton, then they put the skin on it. They're both all aluminum, but they're constructed differently. South Dakota has a 10-year warranty, which is pretty much industry standard. It's how all the competitors build trucks. The Wisconsin body comes with an unconditional lifetime warranty because of the type of construction and we're looking at about $8,000 difference in the price. If we spec a truck, I would spec the cheaper truck, which is the South Dakota body. That's about $8,000 cheaper. We're looking at 390 plus days delivery. That too is also industry standard. There's a demo in production now that we could take advantage of from the Wisconsin plant that would come with the 25-year or the lifetime warranty. So in talking with the Board of Works today, they basically didn't care really one way or the other. I think the general consensus from the meeting today was, let's take the one we could get because it's already in production, because we would just take delivery up quicker because we would cut 6 to 7 months out of that delivery schedule. So I'm here just to toss that out to you guys and looking for your guidance and what you want to do, and I'll answer any other questions that you guys might have.
Well, to recap, Monty, what was the grant?
181,000.
And we were basically financing 181,000, right?
USDA will finance.
Yeah. And so we would fund the difference, I mean, basically from another line item or whatever else for the difference. Okay.
And did have one thought on the construction is one, the Wisconsin location is significantly closer if it's you get into an issue of one of the things that crosses my mind, not that we've had an issue with this, but say accident damage or anything, that components might be fairly readily available on the Wisconsin built
Yeah,
truck.
this truck, even though we're buying it from the salesman that lives in Ohio,
Yeah.
it's being sold through Sentinel Fire Protection, which is an Indiana-based company. They are the local Rosenbauer dealer. They're 2 hours away from us, so any service or maintenance work that's covered under warranty, they would be taken care of. If the truck had to go back to Wisconsin, it's a 12-hour drive. So that is obviously a consideration. And you know, we're making a purchase that theoretically is going to be in our operation for 30 years.
Well, and you know, you weigh back and forth components that are shop built, or or components that are extrusions. Probably an upside or downside to each of those, but extrusions are likely to be stocked and available in case of, like say, in case of damage that had to be repaired, as opposed to material, other panels that might have to be fabbed.
Well, and I think, again, that's kind of the direction we're leaning. I just don't want to do anything without you guys being made aware of what we're intending on doing. So.
Do I understand correctly? The Wisconsin model is 8,000 more?
Yeah.
Yeah, because of
But is that for the demo or just the model itself?
And so a couple things go into that process. The demo truck has been spec'd a year ago, so it was built at a certain price. And if we were to spec a Wisconsin truck, my guess is it's going to be $25,000 more than the South Dakota truck, because that's the intention. But so this demo is going to come in as a model year 2018, where if I spec a South Dakota truck, it's going to be a 2019 and or possibly a 2020, depending on which chassis it goes on. So that's the difference in the price. So the best deal when you're looking at the dollars and the value in the truck industry, the best deal is the demo that's already under production, because we're getting the better warranty on the box. Now, that being said, I've been a firefighter for 30 years and I've never seen a cracked box. I've never seen any structural damage to any of the boxes. What I have now is an aluminum skeleton with skin fabricated onto that skeleton. I don't have anything that's extruded down there. So, I don't have any reservations about either process. It's just, there's a huge price difference if we're comparing apples to apples, model year to model year. The Wisconsin truck's going to be more. So the best deal that we can get right now is to take the demo truck that's in production.
And just to give you an update, the difference between the grant, the loan, and what we'd have to come up with and fund would be either, if we, the $393,108, we'd have to come up with another $31,108. If we went with the other unit, we'd have to pull up, acquire another $23,724. So it's just roughly about basically a $30,000 difference that we'd have to fund. But I would, what the Board of Works suggests is basically whatever the department wanted to make which one they wanted to go with, because our first payment would not be until a year after we submit.
Take delivery.
Take delivery, yeah.
So we're looking at a payment sometime in 2020, depending on when we actually take delivery of the truck.
We'll be here. So, what we were saying is basically whatever Steve felt comfortable with, and let because they have to live with it, and that's what the Board of Works talked about today as well.
Any more, so I know it's only been a couple weeks since we last were approached about this, but has there been any more discussion about the equipment you currently have in
I
stock?
have sleepless nights all the time, Chad. And I talked to Tim about this a little bit last week. The answer to your question originally was yes, there will be a merger, and we'll go back to the same number of apparatus that we currently have. But what comes into play with that decision is we applied for this grant through the USDA to address a gap in our service protection capabilities, which is off-road, rural territory, urban interface type occurrences. The truck that we're in the process of getting addresses all of those concerns. Plus, it's a Class 1 pumper, so it basically is not just a grass rig. It's not a big pickup truck. It's a full-size fire engine. It's got all those off-road capabilities plus the ability to, fight a downtown structure fire.
Right.
Water capacity is what, 750,000? Or excuse me, 750 gallons.
Water capacity 750 gallons.
And what's a normal? What's your?
A normal city engine that the majority of fire departments buy for city fires is 750 gallons. That's a normal tank size. It also has a 30-gallon foam cell, which that basically multiplies the ability of the water tenfold. So it makes water wetter, if you can understand that terminology. And then we're going to a 1,250 gallon per minute high pressure pump system, which has pump and roll capabilities, and we can literally pull into a driveway and attack the fire before anybody's even out of the cab of the truck, because we're able to now engage the pump from the cab, and we can move and pump water at the same time. So we have nothing that can do that. So the merger, looking at our fleet now, the merger comes with potentially the next acquisition. And as I said today at the Board of Works, what we would propose is that we start now figuring out how we're going to pay for and fund merging Tower 94 and Engine 91, which Engine 91's our workhorse. That's the one first out the door currently. And then the ladder truck. Both of those trucks in 5 to 8 years are going to be 30 plus years old. And what we would propose is that we merge those two trucks together into one apparatus, look at a used 100-foot platform somewhere in the 8 to 10 year old range that we're going to be able to finance and get paid for. And that's where the merger would come from. And the reason I say that is because when Monty called me, we're addressing a gap,
Right.
which is part of the grant. And then, you know, now I got to fit it in operationally, and it's going to fit seamlessly, but it's going to take, you know, 5 to 8 years for the vision to actually happen. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense. Okay.
So,
You guys?
any other questions? I mean, or comments?
No.
I mean, I would, I mean, not to direct the motion, but I think it's going to fall on them. You look at the difference between the demo and waiting 391 days for the other vehicle. I mean, it's not the dollar amount. It's basically, you know, do you want to take it now or do you want to take it later, or do you want to allow them to figure out you know, the extruded version versus the other type of construction. So.
Well, back in terms of the construction, the one factor that I'd throw in that, you know, Steve's experience is definitely valued, but the one thing that we throw in the mix is the off-road capability, and we use one thing that with that, if you get significant off-road use, you just added in a factor that you've never had before in terms of durability. So I tend to lean toward, you know, err toward the safer side of the extruded body with the unlimited warranty, and
Which is the
Wisconsin model.
Right.
And if you look at the by having that opportunity with the demo, you're getting a pretty good value added on the price. So that the additional dollars are a lot closer together than they'd be if you were speccing both trucks.
When I
at the
looked at
same
the
time.
paperwork I got today, that's where my feelings were. We can't get the lifetime warranty
Right.
for that dollar
No.
amount if we were.
And I'm assuming I'm assuming the one thing you're gonna have to do is pull the trigger pretty quick on that.
Yeah, because it
Call for
actually
somebody
just,
else.
we knew it was in production when I was here 2 weeks ago, but it actually just posted on the Rosenbauer site that they've got a Timberwolf coming off in
So
January.
we need to act.
If we're going to move on it, then I would want to do it in the next 24 to 48 hours, which is, it's just an email to the sales
Yeah.
rep, so that's all it is.
I'd tend to lean that direction myself. Yeah, I'll make the motion that we move forward, that we advise the chief to move forward with the Wisconsin-built truck.
We have first to a second.
I will second this motion.
Jan, would you take roll call vote?
Bob Leahy,
Yes.
Jim Hufford.
Yes.
Tim Heiss.
Yes.
Chad Spence.
Yes. Well, good job again on the grant, because this conversation's not being had without that grant. So.
That's right.
Yeah, and I was not planning on buying a fire truck this year.
Yeah.
Tossing that out there. So thank you very much. And if you guys have any questions at all about the direction we're moving and the capabilities and all that, don't hesitate to give me a call or stop by. I was buying some lumber here in town, and Tim stopped me with a couple questions, and I'm able to talk about it. I can see the direction and how the future looks. It's new capabilities, it's more efficient, it's safer, it's manpower friendly, and that's the direction we need to be moving.
Well, my very layman's point of view is the only option you would have as far as if you're dead set on just pulling another engine out of inventory and replacing it directly, the only thing you'd be able to replace would be 92 and adapt it to the rescue pumper position, and that really doesn't make a whole lot of sense in terms of that's not the truck we want to be, that's not where we want to be going. That leaves us with our two oldest trucks still obsoleting out in a few years, and so that doesn't really get us where we want to go at that point.
You know, hopefully maybe eventually have a fire territory.
Well,
Just saying.
Which makes sense.
hope springs eternal.
Just saying.
Something, you throw that out there, didn't you?
But we're going to be putting some numbers together for, something 5 to 8 years down the road, and we'll be coming back and forth with the council, and just keep your minds open. Theoretically, I'm not even going to be the guy standing here when this acquisition's made, because I hit retirement age in September, so I got no plans to leave, but I don't know if I'll be here in 8 years either. So, but I want to lay the groundwork. I want to, set up the process and the path of travel that you guys will know what's going on. The new guys want to know what's going on, and it's basically, moving everything forward like we have been. So,
Very good.
okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Steve.
Thanks, Steve.
Okay, back on track. No presenters. Old business chamber. Here's from the chamber. Ryan.
Hey.
Everything work out? You could have brought him up here.
I could have.
I mean, that would have been fun.
I'd probably have to put him in the background.
Oh, no, they could entertain Brian back there.
That'd work out. The only thing I have to report is on the television station. I've got an appointment with Linda Wilcox Thursday morning at 11 to meet with her to outline everything that we need. And then I think she's meeting with you, Mayor, after that. So she tells me.
Okay.
That's all I have.
How long will it take you to whip up the transfer for the contract for 310 West Ave? Ducky's video.
Oh, not long.
Okay.
Do that whenever, yeah.
What's the situation on the windows?
We picked up that deed.
I didn't know where we stood on setting that up.
Yeah.
But, shouldn't be a long drawn out process here.
Yeah, he's chomping at the bit to get in there.
Okay.
So let's go because.
I can have that done this week.
Okay. Did redevelopment go ahead and vote for the windows? I was gone, I think then. So we're good to go on that. Okay. Yeah, let's get that. And now I'll let him know, and he can get in there. So okay.
You might have him give me a call so I know how he wants the deed.
Yeah.
Just have him give me a call.
I'm trying to think of. I gotta remember how I've got him in here. What's he go by? Buford. There he is. Okay. On the amendment to the rental ordinance, let's get together. It's on the agenda. Really, all we need to do is we need to add proof of insurance, and then changing the date on there for registration.
Okay.
We'll get that taken care of then.
And then the water purchase agreement from the Ohio side, that's the last thing.
Oh, okay.
Which I was supposed to get you the purchase agreement that we had last time, so you can I have it right here.
Oh, okay.
So there was just that change of, I forget what the amount was. I can tell you that, what Umball suggested last time, so. So I hope that won't take too long, because we've got to get that to them.
It's just basically modifying the old agreement.
I think did I do that a long time ago?
I think
5
we
years
did. Yeah, it's been 5 years. So I guess we do this for another 5 years.
Yeah.
But okay, I'll give it to you after.
Okay.
What was the status of the park building?
Oh, thank you for reminding me. We received an offer for the old park building, and
That little yellow brick.
yeah,
Okay.
it's been transferred to redevelopment, and I think the offer was for like 11,000, and they're going to put an ice cream shop in there. So
That's pretty cool.
So if anybody's out there for a funeral or whatever else, you can grab a bottle of water or ice cream or
Ice cream.
Stringing lights. I'll be broke by November.
So yeah, thanks.
Y'all won't fit in the bucket anymore. Mercy.
Under new business here, we had a quote for equipment to televise council meetings. Do we have that?
Yeah, it's in your packet.
Yep.
It should be,
Is it after the blue sheet?
should be right after the blue sheet, I would think.
Okay. So this is,
You want an explanation there, right?
yes, please.
It's a piece of equipment that'll stay here for the most part. Anything that would be transmitted live on the cable, like instead of recorded and put up later, be live now. But it's a smaller piece of equipment. I talked to my IT guy at the school, Mr. Clevenger, and we can get an educational discount, which gets this piece of equipment cheaper. And all it is you bring it up here, it will stay up here, or if there's anything that we wanted to do live that we would plug into a data component and just transmit to our live stream box that we have now, and it would just better, smaller and cheaper piece of equipment that would remain here to allow us to do anything live that we wanted to do in this building or within a reasonable amount of wireless transmission in proximity to this building. We can carry it over the cable live as it happens.
So this, so that way our council meetings would be on Channel 5.
Yeah, there was one that was here before. It was, it's no longer here before, and then we were donated some equipment from Connorsville that we were thinking about using, but it's standard definition. So since we're starting this new endeavor, high definition, having it ready, it would make sense. Plus, it's a smaller unit, and we're getting it for about $1,000 cheaper if I get it through the educational process of a discount. And it's my wish to get something for this one, Winchester. Same thing, so we can start transmitting on the local cables live as they happen with this small piece of equipment. I believe it's around $3,700, which normally is a little close to $5,000, but getting an educational discount going that route, it gives us more money to save.
Okay. Any questions by council? If not, I'd entertain a motion.
So,
I'm just trying to
Here's the page.
Oh.
There's no money's coming.
What's the name of the company? Duncan. I move that we accept the invoice as presented by Duncan Video in the amount of $3,729.
We have a first. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Jamie, take roll call vote.
Bob Leahy,
Abstain.
Who's on the board?
Oh,
I am too.
Oh,
so we can't vote on
Thank you, Bob. I
Mayor
forgot about that.
Mayor can't
Well,
vote. Mayor
what's
can't vote in that case?
Mayor, can you cast a vote?
it.
I thought he could.
Good.
Can't, I don't know.
Well, in actuality,
We did the rules, wasn't it?
no. In actuality, it's
Oh.
it's below the $10,000 threshold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yes, it doesn't need a vote.
Council doesn't have to approve it.
Would you like a consensus?
Yeah, we'll take one of those.
do a consent. Just do a roll call for consensus. It's
Okay, Bob Leahy, does he still abstain?
it's non-binding.
Okay.
It's just
Yeah.
basically saying-
Yes.
Okay, Jim Hufford,
Yes.
Tim Heiss.
Yes.
Chad Spence.
Yes.
You want to ask me to? Yes.
Brian Conklin,
Yes.
Lonnie Poling.
John.
Anyone else?
Here's something near and dear to my heart. Not that wasn't, but removal of the AEP tools back here behind us. We've been talking to AEP, I don't know, since we put the park in out there. One of the guys, we asked, how much would it cost to take those poles down? And he said, you couldn't afford it. And I thought, but geez, it's going to be a lot of money or whatever else. And another engineer come through, and actually, great guy, he's out of, I believe, out of Muncie. And looking at burying what they'd have to bury and remove, couldn't remove all the poles, but most of the poles that are back there. Our cost is in $16,505.77. So that would give us a little free and clear land back there.
Does it remove the 3 main poles in the grass area?
Actually, there may be 4.
Oh, is there
There's a
4?
light pole out there as well. We're looking at relocating that as well.
Okay.
Those are the ones we're basically talking about. Okay.
The one pole to the street would stay.
The one by the street.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think
That would take it to like standard power, because it's got three-phase hanging
Yeah.
over everything out there now. This would
Yeah,
take it
probably
down
reduce.
just normal residential power.
Are they gonna put it underground, or are they gonna pull it back farther?
Put it underground, bury
Put it
it.
underground, that's the way to go, yeah.
So any questions about that? It's only taken, I don't know how long we had that out there, but it's been a few years, so. Not, I'd entertain a motion.
I move that we accept the bid as proposed for the removal of the AEP poles.
We have a first to a second.
I'll second it.
James, would you take roll call vote?
Bob Leahy?
Yes.
Jim Hufford?
Yes.
Tim Heiss?
Yes.
Chad Spence?
Yes.
The next item is Resolution 28R-05. That is a resolution that we're looking at for a donation that could be made to Union City Redefined. And this is a resolution of the City Council of the City of Union City, Indiana, to authorize donation of funds to Union City Redefined. Whereas the Common Council of the City of Union City desires to donate funds to Union City Redefined, the nonprofit organization. Whereas Union City Redefined is dedicated to the improvement and support of the Union City community. Therefore, be resolved, the Common Council of Union City shall donate up to $5,000 to Union City Redefined to be paid annually. To be further resolved that Union City Redefined shall use these funds to donate by the City of Union City to develop and maintain certain affordable housing and quality of life projects to benefit the City of Union City and the community. It's further ordained that the resolution shall be in effect as the final as of the final date of passage and approval of Common Council of the City of Union City and the Mayor and the Civil City of Union City. Now, this is a resolution. A resolution is only good for 1 year. So, if each year it'll just have to be added in if you so choose to do that. This is in conjunction with. And by the way, Siri just picked up all that. Interesting. Never know when the government's listening to you. When we purchased the HUD building, we couldn't put it in our umbrella for insurance because we couldn't own the building, and then we couldn't pay for insurance of something we don't own. So this is to work out. It's a workaround because if we were going to own the building, we were still going to pay the insurance. So this is just our workaround for that. Any questions? This is only taking 6 months to get this buttoned up for the HUD building. If not, I'd entertain a motion.
I move that we adopt Resolution 2008-R-05, which is the resolution to donate money to the Union City Redefined.
We have a first to a second.
I'll second it.
Who was that?
Jim.
Jim.
Jan, would you take roll call vote?
Bob Leahy?
Yes.
Jim Hufford?
Yes.
Tim Heiss?
Yes.
Chad Spence?
Yes.
We also have, I've been working with the Preservation Society. We happened to use at 2 occasions to be at the depot for a couple different events. One was for a class reunion earlier in the spring. And then we had my son's, what would you call it?
His reception.
Thank you. Thank you. We had his reception there for his wedding, and what some of the comments. I mean, it's a very beautiful facility, but it needs some tending to. And I was talking with the Preservation Society, and they said, well, they were planning on painting it. They just identified they have to replace the roof of the building, and it's kind of ironic that the painting and the roofing costs substantially more. So it's going to put them take them some time to be able to get the building painted. And The way I look at that is it's one of the gems that we have in Union City. I spoke to Kreiner. He's actually doing the roofing of the building, and the painting is approximately about $16,000. And I looked at that, and it's almost to the aspect of that building should be, since it's a landmark that needs to be tended to, and really the paint is coming off quite a bit in some of the different areas.
So we're not talking about painting the brick.
No,
Oh, thank you.
just the.
I was like, I'm not going to support anything that paints the brick.
No, just the wood structure.
Okay, gotcha.
Trim the underhang.
Okay.
It's a lot of trim.
Yeah, there is a lot of trim. Yes, that's true. Okay.
So I said I'd bring it to council because I think it's something that, in my heart, I feel we should do, but I wanted to run it by you all just to get your opinion.
Well, it is referred to as the Randolph County Arts Depot. So I mean, it's not just significant to us. It's something that's a significant piece to the county as well. Has the county had any? Has anybody had any discussions at all with the county and their support of this as well?
That's
Even if it's pocket change.
Yeah. Actually, I can ask. Let me approach two different avenues. I can approach Randolph County REDC, and then I could also discuss it with tourism.
Yeah, as I say, because I am in complete support of this, but at the same time,
Oh, no,
again, it is
no.
a county.
Yeah. Well, thank you for
Organization.
Yeah. So I mean.
Yeah, when they raised the money to put the roof on that back years ago, it didn't take very long. It was just for the city, and it raised real quick. I know it was around $30,000 at that time they had to reshoot it.
Well, I tell you what, that type of structure, I mean, not just from an architectural perspective, but a railroad depot nowadays is a rare commodity.
Yeah.
To have one that's in that condition and still standing and in use. I was going to say, that makes it one of a rare gem in not just Indiana, more like the Midwest.
It's just like the Switch Tower across the street. I'd love to see us get that.
Yeah.
The Swiss Tower.
Switching.
We're here.
Oh, Switch Tower. They said Swiss Tower. I was like, what the heck? So I was in Bern earlier today. So. Yeah.
Makes sense.
I thought he was
Is
talking
there
about
any
something
kind of
else.
historical, through the state or something?
No,
that
it's
they would,
not for something like that.
no?
I mean,
Is it on like the registry?
it is on the registry, yes, but
They wouldn't kick in a couple of bucks to,
no. Actually, our better avenue is really through Randolph County
Yeah.
Tourism.
Because unfortunately, from that perspective, they're looking for funds.
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll move forward with that. It's a good idea as well.
Would you like a consensus or something from the council
Oh.
for supporting this project, and we'll be heavy participants in this, with unspecified dollar amount, but I don't know what would,
Basically, I would word
Pledge
it in regarding the partnership with Randolph County.
yeah.
Whatever county entity we could that would want to participate and partner with this, but I think forming it in that terms of being a partnership, that we would like to. And you don't have to put a dollar amount. Just
Yeah, I would like to make a motion that the council support a
Joint
partnership with the county for this county structure in the pursuit of funds to complete the painting.
I'll second.
Jane, would you take a roll call vote?
Bob Leahy?
Yes.
Jim Hufford?
Yes.
Tim Heiss?
Yes.
Chad Spence?
Yes.
Good idea. Appreciate it, guys.
Is Kreiner, he got the bid for the roof,
Yes.
but not the painting?
No, no. They can only do one. They can only do one. They were going to have it painted, and then with some of these strong winds and whatever else, it really screwed up the roof.
Okay, but so then we'll follow up with the painting.
He would do the painting as
Right,
well.
so he couldn't give us a little,
He is giving us a little
that
break.
is the
yeah.
little better deal?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because while he said while I'm up, I can do the eaves and whatever else, the ends.
Mhm.
They put the shingle roof back on it.
That I can't answer.
I
That'd be
would
nice.
imagine that
Well, just
it was, the last roof was improperly installed.
okay.
That thing was expensive too.
Yeah, but it was done improperly.
Was
And they took those the things off of the roof too, and I thought those should have been left on, you know, the end caps there.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that, how they used to be on there?
All right, next item on the agenda is ordinance 2018-09. It's ordinance adopting supplement to the Code of Ordinances of the City of Union City. This is number 2018-09, ordinance enacting and adopting supplement to the Code of Ordinances of the City of Union City. Whereas American Legal Publishing Corporation of Cincinnati has completed the 2018 S22 supplement to the Code of Ordinances of the City of Union City, which supplement contains all ordinances of a general nature enacted since the prior supplement to the Code of Ordinances of this municipality. And as the whereas is in there, therefore ordained, basically it's the adoption of allowing American Legal Publishing. Is that correct, Jan?
Yes, that's correct.
That was a good interpretation.
Yeah.
And there it is. It's right behind it. So what we're doing is basically saying what they did is will actually be. How did
They took our city code of ordinances,
Yes.
and what they did is they added the stuff, any ordinances that we passed since the last time that we went through this process.
And that's what's highlighted.
That's what's highlighted. That's what changes were made to our code of ordinances in order to include everything that was passed since the last time they did it. So you're just saying it's okay to do that. And
Any questions by council? And this happens. What we do this every 2 years.
well, I really should do it once every year. This has been 2 years
Yeah,
plus.
we've done it once a year.
Okay. All right. No other questions by council. I'd entertain a motion.
I move that we adopt ordinance number 2018-09, which is the ordinance adopting a supplement to the Code of Ordinances of the City of Union City on the first reading.
We have first. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Jan, would you take roll call vote?
Bob Leahy?
Yes.
Jim Hufford?
Yes.
Tim Heiss?
Yes.
Chad Spence?
Okay. Well, that's all we had on the agenda. Visitors or questions and comments wishing to address the board. Anyone?
Going once.
I apologize, I didn't mean to laugh when you read that thing, but it sounded like you read the same thing 3 times.
They have, well, I felt like I read it 3 times. The next council meeting is July 23rd. Next Board of Works meeting is July 23rd as well, 2 p.m. I'd entertain a motion for adjournment.
I move that we adjourn.
We have first, we have second.
Second.
All those in favor, saying aye.
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.
You mentioned